All right, here we go. This one's going to be a 40 Smith & Wesson versus 357 SIG test. So I did do one like this the other day, but it was with the Winchester Ranger T series. And today we're going to be using our Speer Gold Dot. So for the 40, that one is our 165 grain Gold Dot. That's what that one looks like. It does have your nickel-plated brass, and that one is rated at 1,150 feet per second. And for our 357 SIG, that one's our 125 grain Gold Dot. Also nickel-plated brass, and that one's rated 1,350 feet per second. So this will be another full-size test. So for our 40, we're going to be using our Beretta 96 FS. That one does have a 4.9-inch barrel. And for our 357 SIG, we're going to be using our Glock 31. That one does have a 4.5-inch barrel. So we'll be going through our gel. That is a 10% block. Do over a catch block behind that, so a total of 22 inches of gel. Our 4 layers of cotton t-shirt on the front. Like always, we'll set up our chronograph so we can hopefully pick up those impact velocities. So let's set up and see how these rounds do head to head. First one up will be that 40 Smith & Wesson. All right, we're stepping back to 15 feet. All right, let's see what we did on that one. So it looks like our impact velocity on that one was 1,256 feet per second. So that is awesome to see there, 100 feet per second over that advertised. So definitely a pretty spicy round for that 40. All right, so let's see how we did. So like all the rest, you can see right down in that cavity, and there is a nice, huge star pattern so far. So let's check it out from the top. Oh yeah, check that one out. Nice spiral cuts on this one, just like those Gold Dots normally do. Usually leave a real distinct pattern in this gel. And we actually did make it into that second block. So let's see what kind of measurement we have here. So at our widest spot, we are right at 2.5 inches. So not too bad there from the top. So let's check it out from the side. Oh yeah, and same thing from the side. So that one did come in, open up really nicely. Really nice spiral star cut going all the way through till about that last inch or so where it did start to settle down, and then we did stop there in that second block. So let's see what kind of measurement we have here from the side. So at our widest spot, we are right about the same, right at 2.5 inches. So let's see where that round is. So you can see where that thing is sitting in there resting, and it is sideways. So right at our leading edge, we are at 1 3/4 inches. So that is a total of 12 3/4 inches of penetration for that one. So let's set up for that 357 SIG and see how that one does. All right, we're stepping back to 15 feet. All right, let's see how we did on that one. All right, so it looks like our impact velocity on that one was 1,436 feet per second. So awesome to see there for that one. Definitely pretty close to 357 Magnum power, or the ideal 357 Magnum power. You know, everything's downloaded these days. But let's check this out. So here is the entry for that one. That shot definitely rocked that block pretty good, but you can see right down in there like all the rest. And we do have a nice star cut so far. So let's check it out from the top. Oh yeah, check that thing out. That is a huge star pattern. Really nice there. And it looks like it carried about 2/3 of that block. It did start to settle down, and we did make it into that second block. So let's see what kind of measurement we have here for this one. So at our widest spots, let's see, we are right at 2 3/4 inches. So really good to see there for that one. So let's check it out from the side. Oh yeah, same thing from the side. Hopefully the camera's picking this one up. But as soon as that one came in, pretty much immediately started opening up, which is really cool for those because you know, those do have a really shallow hollow point cavity, so they definitely do what they were made to do. But anyways, so we did carry a lot of energy most of the way through to about that last inch or so where it did start to settle down, and it did make it into that second block. I don't know if you guys can see it here, but really didn't get too much more penetration than that 40. But let's see what kind of measurement we have from the side at our widest spot. So this one basically carried all the way down to the very bottom, almost to the table. And same thing, 2 3/4 from the side. So pretty cool there. And let's see, we might actually have to flip this one. And there is our round resting right in that block. So that one was facing down, now it is facing up. So at our leading edge, we are just shy of an inch. So that one made it just about 11 3/4 inches of penetration. So not too bad at all. So here is that view one more time from the top. And let's see what they did one more time. So there is that 40 Smith & Wesson. Came in, opened up really nicely. Got those really nice distinct spiral cuts going on. Pretty much the whole way through till about that last inch or so where it did settle down, and we did make it into that second block. And for that 357 SIG, man, that thing was pushing out too. Both of them had some great velocity, so really good. And same thing, that one came in, got some really nice spiral cuts. Same thing about that last, they basically carry the energy pretty much identical, about 2/3 to a little bit more, maybe 3/4 of that block carried through. And then they both settled down that last inch and both made it into that second block. So very awesome for those gold dots. So let's pull them out and see what they look like. All right, check these things out. They both got some really awesome expansion. So the one on the right is that 40, one on the left is that 357 SIG. So here is that 40. That one opened up absolutely perfect, and there is that signature gold dot down in there. But man, that one picture perfect on that. Really uniform. There's a ton of that gel still left down in there, but man, that is one awesome round. That 165 grain was moving out really good too. This one used to be one of my favorite carry rounds for the 40. I have since then switched, but definitely still a really good option. And here is that 357 SIG. Same thing with that. Just some perfect uniform expansion. Picture perfect on that one as well. And I will rinse these out before we get our pictures and all that good stuff. Man, check that thing out. Definitely both really great choices. Wouldn't hesitate to carry either one of them, especially in that full size. So let's check them out one more time from the bottom. So the one on the right is that 40, one on the left is that 357 SIG. And last time from the top. So like I said, we'll get all our pictures and screenshots and slow-mo and all that good stuff here at the end, so you guys get a better idea what those things are looking like. But there we go. That one was 40 Smith & Wesson versus 357 SIG. Thanks for watching, guys. All right, and here's that cross section for that 40. This one did quite a bit of damage. This one has more kind of like a cross cut than our normal crazy star pattern that we get, but still did a ton of damage. Those are some big cuts. Really big splits. And I did remeasure these, and right at their biggest spots, they are right at 3 inches. They're averaging about 2 3/4, but at the biggest spots about 3. So that thing did a ton of damage, and it was almost 600 foot-pounds for that 40. So that's even more impressive right there. So let's cut this open. All right, here's after being cut. So this bottom is the right side, this top is the left. So you can see right here where this one came in, started opening up, created a huge stretch cavity going through, and this one actually drug in a ton of that cotton t-shirt. That one did have a really wide hull point cavity, so kind of expected there, but man, that one did a ton of damage. Got some really big cuts way down in there. Man, that's a ton of that fabric that it brought in. So same on this top right here, it came in and just started jumbling this stuff up. You can see that stretch going throughout. Man, check that out. Same thing on this side. Ton of that fabric just getting drugged throughout that whole channel. So that is crazy, but man, those are some really big splits on that one. So let's show it from a little bit different angle so you guys can get a better understanding. But you can see those massive cuts coming in. So that was definitely a really fun one. That 40 was moving out pretty darn good. So there we go. That one was the 165 grain Speer Gold Dot. All right, and here's that cross section for that 357 SIG. This one, same thing. This one has that more distinct star pattern like we normally get. But man, those cuts are crazy. Really, really deep, wide cuts going on. Same on this other side. You can see that nice spiral kind of rifling going down in there. But man, those are some massive cuts. So I did remeasure these, and same as that last one, we're right at 3 inches at the peak on some of those cuts. Well, they're basically all the same, but right at 3 inches. So pretty much the same there. They both had pretty close to the same amount of energy. I believe they were only maybe 5 foot-pounds different. So that 40 actually had more, which is really surprising there. It did have a little bit of advantage on that barrel length, but still, like Paul Harrell always says, you know, that one wasn't really enough difference to make a difference just because how close everything was. But let's cut this open. All right, and here's after being cut. So this bottom is the right side, this top is the left. So you can see where this one came in. Basically, as soon as it came in, started opening up really nice. You can see a nice wide stretch cavity going on and some really, really small specks of lead that it kind of let go. But same with this one, drugging a ton of that cotton t-shirt and just some really nice clean cuts going on. Super duper deep and really nice and clean. So same on this top side. Came in, nice deep crater right there, opened up, and you can see that nice stretch going on. But quite a bit more of that fabric that got brought in, and same thing with these cuts, just really, really clean and deep. So that thing was doing a ton of damage. Almost 600 foot-pounds for this one also, so kind of expected there. So I'll show the same kind of angle. Just those massive, massive cuts. And a ton more of that fabric. So there we go, guys. That one was the 125 grain Speer Gold Dot 357 SIG.